Hi folks, another great day for it.
Minister, have you been involved in any of these sort of brainstorming discussions about privatising lotto in some form?
Not me.
Okay, do you have any thoughts on the idea? Chris Bishop and Nicola Willis have met with the Lottery Corporation from Australia, seem to be considering it in some form.
Well, I'm always up for a good idea, but I'd have to know more about it before I could really get into this.
Have you seen Bluebridge is looking to be sold, is on the market, and what does that mean for Cook-Strait shipping?
Well, I don't have a licence to advise people on investing, but if you think it's a good deal, perhaps you should buy it. There's all sorts of reasons why they might want to sell, and without knowing more about it, I wouldn't get into it. But we shouldn't be concerned that a company is for sale. Maybe someone else will buy it, invest more, and make it even better.
There's an appetite in some quarters for a corporate manslaughter law. What is your party's position on that?
Well, first of all, I just want to acknowledge those lost 10 years ago today in Pike River. I can understand the demand for that. However, I think you've got to be very, very cautious about making laws in response to tragic events. If people can set out exactly why this is a good idea, regardless of that tragedy, then you should look at it. I'm always worried when people make a law as a way of offering sympathy to people after a tragedy, even 10 years later.
The family wants prosecution though. Do you think that they should get prosecution in the case of that explosion that killed those men?
Well, again, prosecution decisions are rightly held with the police. I don't think it's right for someone like me to say who should be prosecuted. So I wouldn't comment on that. But I can understand the grief and the anger and the sense that there hasn't been clarity and the numerous inquiries and attempts to re-enter. I can understand all of that. But I just make the point that we never make good laws when we do it out of sympathy to one event. We've got to think about what are the good laws for all of New Zealand's future.
Is it not about justice though? I mean, these men went to work and they died there and no one's been held accountable. So the system might need to change as a result of that.
Yeah, it might well do, but it shouldn't change because we want to make a political point. It should change because we genuinely believe that the law we put in place will be the best one for all New Zealand over the long term.
Well, it's not about a political point. I mean, some of the affected families want a corporate manslaughter law.
Well, that's right.
Is that something that your party would consider, or have you?
Well, we consider it, but here's the thing: you're saying we should do it because people who were victims of a tragedy want it. We should consider their view, but we shouldn't make laws because there was a tragedy or because people who were acutely affected by that tragedy want it. There has to be a wider reason for the benefit of all New Zealand in the long term.
Do you think that's why the health and safety changes in 2015, where they went wrong, is because they were responding to a tragedy?
Look, that's a very interesting question. I haven't really thought enough about that. What I do know is that the health and safety changes, as Brooke Van Velden has reviewed them, actually made sense, but the government and the one after it didn't actually put in place the guidance. And what's happened as a result is that people are terrified of WorkSafe, who never tell you how to comply, but they'll come and whack you if you don't, even though you didn't know how to because they wouldn't tell you. So what Brooke Van Velden's doing is saying, well, WorkSafe's job is now to tell people how to be safe as well as punish people who are not safe. That missing piece for 10 years was, I think, the problem. Brooke Van Velden actually went around the country, listened to people in a whole lot of health and safety settings, and has put in a very practical solution. I'm very proud of her fixing what matters there.
Why was the meeting with the Minister called for today? I understand that the family said that they'd rather be at home today remembering their loved ones.
Sorry, this is...
The meeting with Brooke Van Velden.
Oh, well, you'd be better to ask her about the exact aspect of it, but as I understand it, they asked her for a meeting and she agreed to meet. As far as the exact timing and how people get their diaries lined up to be at the same place at the same time, look, I don't manage your calendar, so,
What do you think about the Smokefree 2025 goal set in 2010 was to get smoking down to 5% of the population, adult population? It isn't quite there. The 6.8% smoking is basically flat, vaping's going up. Was that goal ever kind of achievable?
Well, look, I've always said, the government has three basic jobs when it comes to smoking. Make sure people are aware of the dangers, make sure people don't put extra costs on the health system and take healthcare away from other people, and make sure that people don't blow smoke in each other's faces. Now, 1991, the Smokefree Environments Act stopped people smoking in the workplace and elsewhere, so that's done. The taxes that smokers pay vastly outweigh any cost they put on the healthcare, so that's done. And everyone knows smoking is bad. So, as far as I'm concerned, the job's done. And rather than haranguing a bunch of people, it might be, whether we agree or not, the one thing that really is special to them that they want to do. Okay, look, I'm not here to judge people, right? I'm not here to force moral judgments on people. When you do that, you just have a really tired society. All right, thank you very much, folks. Cheers.